What's up, guys? So I got a surprise for the probe here pretty soon. This was the first turbo upgrade that I did, a 0.42, 0.48 AR Garrett T350 trim. Made some decent power. And right now I'm on a Garrett T04B 50 trim, which is about as big compared to this as this is compared to the stock turbo. Well, this is what's going on the probe next. This is a 56mm 8-blade Holset HX35, and I also have an HX35 on its way in the mail. To give an idea of how big it is, that is a 0.48 AR exhaust housing for a Garrett T3. That's the Holset. So stay tuned. I'm going to get the Megasquirt on. I've got some 780cc injectors that I will be putting in really soon, and gonna make some power. I'm still breaking in the clutch currently, so bear with me here. I'll get some videos out soon. Oh, what do we have here? Low impedance, precision, 780cc injectors maybe? Gonna be going for 350 wheel horsepower at about 18-19 pounds on pump gas with these guys and that Holset I just showed you. My Microsquirt's done. I just gotta go get it hooked up, but right now I'm breaking in the probe on the stock Probinator chipped ECU just for convenience purposes, because I'll have to have it tuned, so I'd rather be able to break the clutch in before I do that so we can do some high power pulls. So stay tuned. Good thing about builds is they are fun, but unfortunately they take a while, so just bear with me. Here we are about to go to a local event at a bar here in town called the Holset Shootout, practicing my reaction times, and I'm going to take the probe and continue breaking in the clutch. It's open downpipe right now, so it's loud as shit. Stock suspension's back in. I need to put in coilovers. I got vented slotted brakes on the way. But yeah, she's been driving pretty good. Needs some front end work, needs some suspension work, but otherwise, she's back. So here we are back in the probe. She's got some issues I need to sort out. I need to put a stock shifter back in it because I have a third and first gear lockout issue. I know it's not the trans because it's brand new. LSD is doing its job even though it whines pretty loud. I need new lower control arm bushings. Probably needs a new steering rack and inner tie rod ends because I've never changed them. It's got a weird fueling issue every once in a while, but otherwise it's actually been doing really good. I put about 110 miles on it since I got it running again, breaking in the clutch. So I mean, I'm getting there, but I don't really trust it to drive around all day, and I don't want to get stranded. So I got to go to the store and grab some zip ties since this car has a never-ending thirst for zip tie love. And I got to grab a windshield, rear windshield wiper, and some other shit. So I figured I'd take you with me. So I won't probably do the whole drive, but do part of it. Oh yeah, and my ABS is freaking out. It engages the first time I slide on some ice or something, and then my ABS light comes on and it doesn't work anymore. So I'm thinking one of the sensors might have gotten messed up when I was doing the front end work, changing the tranny out. So I don't know for sure. Every once in a while it goes right into third like that with no problems. Other times I just hit a wall. And it did that with the old transaxle too, so I think that it's the shifter. I do need to adjust the clutch pedal for the new clutch because there's no free play. The second I put my foot down on the clutch, I'm getting pressure plate pressure. It downshifts into third just fine, but like I said, sometimes upshifting can be a bitch, so there's still some bugs I gotta work out. It's still on the stock injectors and ECU. It's still on a T04B50 trim. I need to put the Holset HX35 in, put in the Microsquirt, put in the 780cc low impedance injectors with resistors, and a couple other little things after the clutch is broken. And then I'm going to have a local guy named Mike Bonnet, who is a really versed guy with Megasquirt. He's going to tune my Microsquirt for me. So once I do that, I'll probably tune it on the T04B first, at 18 to 22 pounds, just to make sure that the clutch is going to hold, because if the clutch can't even hold that, there's no point in putting in the HX35. Clutch Specialties in Atlanta is building me a race clutch for $270, super cheap, that will hold 550 foot-pounds of torque at the wheels. And so I would recommend them. They did a clutch for my buddy who's got that Z31 300ZX turbo that I did a couple of races with on an HX35. His clutch holds just fine at over 20 pounds on a Holset with a BG30. So I mean, he's making probably 400 plus wheel horsepower, and he's not having any issues with the clutch. So I think it'll do okay, because the BG30, just like the F2T, has a really low RPM torque spike. It makes power down low, and I think the holding capacity of that clutch will be fine for the F2T. I'm still on the fence about this this clutch, this Center Force 2. It was not an off-the-shelf unit. It was a custom-built clutch that I specifically told them I needed to hold low RPM torque. So until I break it in, I'm not really going to know if it's going to hold the power that this car is making. However, it's definitely got a stiffer pedal than the Exity Stage 2 that I had in this before, that it blew through the clutch at about 15 pounds. On a TO4B untuned, which is about 330 wheel torque, maybe 380 at the flywheel. So I'm guessing this one will hold the current power. I just don't know if after I get it tuned and I turn it up on big injectors, if it's going to hold. So I'm still breaking in the clutch at this point. So I'm not positive on whether or not it's going to work, but it does seem like it'll hold, at least on the street, at this current power level. So I guess we'll see once I get there if it'll hold a drag launch on slicks, or if it'll hold full power shifts. So I'm going to do the exact break-in procedure. I know a lot of people are like, just heat cycle it a couple of times and it should be good. But just because I want maximum holding capacity that I can get out of this clutch, I definitely am going to break it in properly. It says 800 miles, but that's more just to cover their ass. Any clutch company will tell you that provided you properly break your clutch in, 500 miles is plenty to bed the clutch disc to the pressure plate and flywheel. And I did resurface the flywheel, and it was a brand new pressure plate, so I shouldn't have any issues with holding with a proper break-in, getting the max holding power out of this clutch that I can. But I'm here at O'Reilly's. I'm going to go in and grab some zip ties, and then we're going to head to the whole shot shootout.